Hey guys, what is up? And welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another Vancouver Force episode. Today's video, we will be somewhat finishing our first season with the Vancouver Force. I did say that I was going to play basically until we get our first win. So I might jump in the next few games, see how we go, see if we can get a W and win our first ever game with the Vancouver Force. So I put out a poll maybe a week ago just saying, what did everyone want to see with this series? Did you want to see the Vancouver Force be rebuilt? Do you want to see us win now? A lot of people said they want to see the Vancouver Force rebuilt, so that's what we're going to do. As you guys can see, this is the roster. Now, I have actually made one trade. I think I might have made two trades, actually, that I didn't actually record. Joe Harris did join the team, 4 years, 72 mil. The reason I picked up this contract is because I'll be looking to move that on for something greater. With this rebuild, we're going to try and go very, very young. This is the team that we have currently at the moment. Cole Anthony, as we go up here, who we did get in the trade from the Orlando Magic. But I hope you guys are enjoying the channel. If you're new to the channel, hit that like button and that subscribe button. Before we do this, I just wanted to show you guys the roster that I actually had with the Vancouver Force last year. So I'll put that on screen right now. So as you guys can see, this was the roster we had. Lonzo Ball, LiAngelo Ball. We also had Zion. We actually drafted Zion with the #1 pick in the draft, as you guys can see here. It actually was a well-rounded roster. I mean, I didn't mind it. I really like this roster. I feel like we could have done a lot more with it. So I actually will be trying to get that roster back. That is the roster we're really going to try for in today's video. We're going to try and rebuild this team, try and get them players back in, see if we can really make this the Vancouver Force of old and see if we can push on. But we will be looking at younger players as we go through. So let's get into it and let's start off with simulating our first few games. See if we get a win. See if we can actually get a wins on the board as we push on. So we've got the San Antonio Spurs. We're going to simulate this with Simcast. Like I said, we just want to see if we can get our first win with the Vancouver Force. We'll see if we get the job done. Doesn't look like I'm going to get the job done in this one as we are going to fall to the Spurs. So the Force start the season 0-2. We've got the Golden State Warriors in game number 3. Hopefully we can get the job done against them. I mean, I'm not too sure how we're going to do this rebuild. We'll see where we can really go from there. As you guys can see here, the Vancouver Force look like they may get the job done. Let's stop this simulation. Let's jump in. We'll see if we can actually give the Vancouver Force... I mentioned, no, let's just keep it going. So we actually lose our third game. My God, when are we going to get our first win? Simcast. Let's see if we can get our first win against Houston Rockets. Not looking likely for this Vancouver Force team. And finally... we are going to get our first win. So I'm going to jump in. Just wanted to see what it was like here with the Vancouver Force. Eric Gordon at the line. So hopefully this can be like a regular thing. I'm not really too concerned of how the team goes this season. We don't really want to win too many games. We just want to keep improving, get that roster going. We really need to try and build around Devin Booker. Now, I don't know if we're going to keep Andrew Wiggins. He might be a player we can look to trade a little bit later on. Try and free up some salary cap space. So maybe we can go and sign one of those big players. But Rajon Rondo has actually been a consistent Vancouver Force player. I feel like he's played on every single year. He's played with every single team. So we can really go through there. But Devin Booker, we're going to try and build around Devin. And hopefully today's video, we can get that done. So let's get into it. But what do you guys think of the Vancouver Force floor? I think it looks very, very nice. And we get our first, we are going to get our first win against the Houston Rockets. So our first win will go down in history with the Vancouver Force defeating the Houston Rockets. So Eric Gordon knocks this 3 down. A little bit of icing on the cake. Let's go through and let's get some trades going on. And let's get our first season done and dusted. Okay, so we got our first win of our young franchise career against Houston Rockets. Now, before we get into any of this, I just want to go through and show you guys how our salary cap is looking. Our salary cap breakdown. Now, there is a few contracts here I definitely want to move on. Now, with the expansion draft, we did get Devin Booker and Andrew Wiggins. I will be looking to move Eric Gordon. I don't really know about Joe Harris at the moment. JJ Redick's getting a lot of money. Trevor Ariza, 12 mil. DeAndre Jordan, 10. Jay Crowder. Now, we actually did acquire Jay Crowder as well. But like I said, we are going to try and start to rebuild this roster. So I'm going to simulate to, I reckon, Jan 3rd. Let's simulate to around there. We'll see. Bismack Biyombo for Dwight Howard. No, we're not going to do that. Have CPU adjust rotation. We don't really worry about the rotation at the moment. We are just trying to get to this moment, and I'm going to start to unload some contracts, try and get some young players. A a lot of people were saying go after some players who would really like add to the roster or are young. Now, there's one player I want to go after. There was one player on my radar, and that was Tailon Horton Tucker. I know a lot of people have been saying, oh, bring him in. He's a young player. So, I mean, let's see what we can get. We'll see if the Lakers are willing to give us something for Tucker. I mean, is he tradable? And he is. So Dwight Howard, we can unload Dwight Howard's contract at 2.5 mil a year, and we can bring in Horton Tucker. Now, he's only on a 1-year deal. He's only 20. This is the first trade we're going to make. So Tucker is going to join the Vancouver Force. Welcome to the Vancouver Force, Tucker. So that's our first trade we've actually made, Tailon Horton Tucker. I feel like he has the potential to be a really big player. I don't think I'm gonna trade Rajon Rondo in the first year. Might just keep him around and see what happens. But as we go back to the salary cap breakdown, I've got Andrew Wiggins, Devin Booker, Eric Gordon. I feel like we need to move Eric Gordon on, so we're going to see if we can get something for Eric. I don't really mind if we don't make... I mean, do we really want to... We definitely want a top 5 pick this season. So, like I said, it doesn't really matter what happens. I'm just going to try and clear some space off this this roster, off this salary cap. I mean, we don't really want to bring... Marcus Smart, 13 mil. I mean, Marcus Smart could be a player we actually bring in genuinely just to play that smart lockdown role. I mean, he's on 27 mil. I feel like Draymond Green for 21. I mean, Draymond Green's 30. Do we want to bring him and be the power forward? We're going to try and build this roster. I mean, we definitely want to go young. So, I mean, I'm going to try and clear this contract. I'll see what we can get. I mean, we can get Alfred Payton and it's second round 2025. I'm going to do this deal. He's on 4 mil. We're going to do this one. Eric Gordon. We have traded his contract. So if we go back into the salary cap and we have a look at this salary cap breakdown, Eric Gordon is off the books. Our salary cap is negative 39 mil. So team salary is 148 mil. So we definitely have to try and keep moving on some players. I mean, DeAndre Jordan, Jay Crowder, players that we can definitely move on at a later date. But I'm going to simulate to All-Star break. We'll see how this Vancouver Force team is doing. Like I said, don't really mind how we go this year. It's really looking for the off-season, trying to add players to this team and really pushing for year number 2. So, without saying that, we'll get to the All-Star break and we'll reassess. Okay, so we actually were offered this while we're simulating, and it's one of those trades I know John Wall's contract is ridiculous, but so is Andrew Wiggins. Now, we could bring in Darnell House and John Wall. John Wall's on a 2-year deal, a point guard. I have a lot of faith in John Wall that he can really go to that next level. Teaming him up with Devin Booker, is it really a bad thing? I know we want to go young, but John Wall could be definitely some big trade bait later on in the series, later on in episodes. So, you know what? John Wall is going to join the Vancouver Force. So, John Wall will be joining the Vancouver Force. A legal trade. The Force are of the salary cap, 109 for the trade. Force require 3 more. I mean, add exemption, automatically continue. So, I mean, let's do it. So, John Wall has now joined the Vancouver Force. So, John Wall and Devin Booker will be lining up together. What do you guys think of that trade? I mean, we're the GM. We're trying to make this this Vancouver Force team relevant. So, Rajon Rondo, have CPU rebuild the rotation. So, this is our starting lineup at the moment. I mean, I don't mind it. I mean, you got John Wall, you got Devin Booker, and then you go down Joe Harris, our small forward. Definitely looking to move Joe Harris on by the trade deadline. We'll see if we can get a deal done there. We did bring in Cole Anthony, who doesn't get a lot of minutes at the moment, but we have got Horton Tucker and Cole Anthony off the bench. So I actually like that. I like that quite a lot. But our, like I said, our starting lineup at the moment, I mean, what do you guys think? We definitely, this is our roster at the moment. We've got Devin Booker, John Wall. I mean, John Wall is 30. Devin Booker's 24. So, I mean, it's an experienced point guard. I kind of want to just see how much John Wall is averaging at the moment. If we can go stats and standings. Season stats, player stats. So, John Wall's averaging 17 and 6. And you got Devin Booker. I mean, Cole Anthony is our third, 13 points a game. Really being good, Cole Anthony, for the rookies. But All-Star break, if another trade comes up, I will have a look, but I'm pretty happy with this trade and we're going to move on. So we've actually reached the trade deadline for our first year as a GM, 17 and 39. Let's go have a look at the standings. Oh boys, so Vancouver Force, so welcome to the league. We're currently with the last record. I mean, I'm not too phased with this. I'm actually not too phased. I mean, that number 1 pick could definitely come our way. And, I mean, this is our current roster. But now we're at the trade deadline, so it's time to make some moves. I'm thinking we're going to probably have to move Joe Harris on at the end of the year, so I might just keep him around. Before we do that, let's go through and look at the players' stats. I just want to show you guys and let you guys know that no, I don't think a Vancouver Force player was selected for the All-Star game. So we still haven't had, in our first season, we didn't have any Vancouver Force players representing the Vancouver Force, which, I mean, it's okay. Award races, LeBron James, of course, is right up there. I mean, these are the rookies. LaMelo Ball, you've got James Wiseman, 6th Man of the Year. So no Vancouver Force players featuring in there. I kind of want to see if any Vancouver Force players are actually going to be there for the All-Star participants. So, haven't actually been announced, so that's okay. That's fine. Trade deadline. Let's see what we can do. Now, there's a few players I definitely want to target, and this is one of them. If I can if I can actually find the team and actually get there. Now, I feel like this would be a long stretch, but I definitely want to go after this man here, Christian Wood. Now, Christian Wood's having a real breakout season at the moment. He's on a 3-year, $41 million deal with the Houston Rockets. So I'm going to throw something up there. I'm going to see if there's any way we can bring him in. So I'm going to get a trade finder going. I mean, he's probably their franchise player at the moment. And I mean, we've already made a trade with the oh boy. I mean, this is very, very interesting. Do we trade our first round draft pick for Christian Wood? I mean, our first round draft pick would probably be a top 5 pick. I mean, this is very interesting. I'm definitely going to start negotiations. I'm going to remove this one. I might offer him our first for next year, and then also our first for, let's try this one. You asked me to give away some assets. Maybe I throw in like a pick as well. So maybe like a 2nd round pick, unprotected. No, so, I mean, I wouldn't, I mean, I'm not too phased on DeMarcus Cousins, so bringing Christian Wood, we've agreed. All right, so, I mean, we had to give away a few draft picks, but we've got Christian Wood, and I genuinely believe we are building a core at the minute. We've got Christian Wood, we've got Devin Booker, and we've also got Cole Anthony, so I'm actually pretty happy with this. I'm pretty happy with what's happening at the moment. So Christian Wood joins the team. How much is he averaging at the moment? If we can go to career stats, he's averaging around 15 a night, 15 and 11. He definitely will become our starting center. And I mean, we build around him. We held on to our first round draft pick, so that's very, 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 very valuable at the moment. So Christian Wood can stay in there. Dano House moves into the small forward position. Before we get into actually, can we fix this manually? Before we get into like the final part of the season, just want to look at the player stats, how our players are going. Also, maybe we try and look to move on a player like Carmelo Anthony. We'll see what we can get for Carmelo. I mean, DeAndre Jordan now. We're kind of stacked at the center position, so we definitely will be looking to move on either, Robin Lopez. We'll see what we can get for Robin Lopez because we definitely don't want to keep him around. Luke Cornett, Chicago Bulls center. So what do we need? Like, what are we screaming for? I mean, he is on $7 million a year, which I definitely need to move on. Aaron Baines. Robin Lopez is only on a 1-year deal, so he won't even be around. You know what? We'll keep him around. He's not going to be here. Jeff Green, $1 million. Cole Anthony, he's on a 2-year +2, so we definitely will look to sign him. And what could we get for JJ Redick? Could we get something interesting? Eric Gordon. Imagine me bringing Eric Gordon back into the mix. There's no way we're doing that. You know what? I'm pretty happy with how the team is at the moment. John Wall and Christian Wood, we've basically raided the Houston Rockets. If we go look at the Houston Rockets right now, how are they looking out here? They did receive a hell of a lot of draft picks. Andrew Wiggins, he was traded. I actually was thinking of keeping him, but let's simulate through day. Would you like to stop your slant and make some offers? No. Okay, so we are done. So contract extensions all done. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. Christian Wood, John Wall join the team, and it's a big off season coming up for the Vancouver Force. We have reached the end of season 1 for the Vancouver Force. LeBron James was crowned the most valuable player. Unbelievable LeBron. He just keeps it up on this game. LaMelo Ball was the rookie of the year. 18 a night, 6 assists, and 7.5 rebounds. Spencer Dinwiddie was the 6th man of the year. Defensive player of the year was Giannis. And, Christian Wood, most improved player from the Vancouver Force. So our first ever award. Christian Wood, I'm so happy with this trade. Great to have him on board. Him and Devin Booker have a very bright future ahead. Lloyd Pierce was the coach of the year. Luka Doncic, first All-NBA team. Any Vancouver Force players here? No. Jonathan Isaac, All-NBA defensive team. Well done to him. Vancouver Force, John Wall's the All-NBA defensive second team. So, I think he was averaging 15 when he come across to Vancouver. So, John Wall, 17 a night. I'm pretty happy with that. And like I said, I genuinely believe in John Wall. So, I'm pretty happy with that. And, I mean, we've finished our first season. So, where did we finish in the statistics and, like, the NBA standings? We finished flat, I mean, third last. So, I mean, it's definitely going to be up there for the lottery. Once I get my pick, I'm going to finish this video and we are going to have like a vote. What should we do with the pick? Should we trade it? Should we go for like another star? Should we keep rebuilding? So we'll do that. So let's finish this off. Who wins the NBA championship? I mean, the New Orleans Pelicans, I swear they're so good on this game. The Lakers, it was the Boston Celtics and the Portland Trail Blazers. And the Boston Celtics win the NBA championship. Jason Tatum, 30 points a night, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. I want to see the Vancouver Force here one day. I'm building this team. It was a tough year for us, our first ever year in the NBA. But we have reached the end of the first season, so it's the off season. Like I said, we'll be doing the draft lottery today. And then basically what we're doing is like voting on who should, what we should do with the pick. Should we trade it? Depends on how high we get it. Should we draft? Who should we draft? And we'll have like a vote like that. So player retirements, let's go down here. Kyle Korver, Iguodala, Nene, hey, J.R. Smith. I mean, I'd love to have him on the team. Oh, Marcus Sol retired. Wesley Matthews retired. Oh boy. PJ Tucker, no way. We have to bring him out of retirement. I definitely want him to come on board with the Vancouver Force a bit later on. So, you know what? I'm actually going to override this. We're going to talk him out and try and get him in. But these are all the retirees, league meetings. Let's have a look at the league meetings. Change the time, rejected. The top 3 picks are done through the lottery. Remaining picks are determined by team record. Approved. Overturned. I mean, nah. There's no way. You have to... Nah, I'm rejecting that because decrease the shot clock to 20. Nah, I'm happy with that. And we get into the draft lottery. Sim prior to draft lottery. So, let's do it. The draft lottery season 1. We are 8.9. So, they've got us 8.9% getting the first pick. With the Thunder, with the number 1 pick. Now, I definitely will be trying to get that number 1 pick. But, I mean, the Nets via Houston, I think that might be one of our picks. No, there's no way that's one of our picks. Golden State have 7 and 13, so that's very interesting. Let's get into the draft lottery. At 15, the Toronto Raptors. So, they could actually, I mean, it's not bad. I mean, the Raptors get the 15th. At 14, the Chicago Bulls. I mean, a top 3 pick would be amazing. I mean... Like I said, I want your guys' opinion on what we should do with the pick. We're going to end it after this. The Bulls selected with the 4th pick last year. Here we go. Let's go. The Golden State Warriors get 13. I mean, that's pretty interesting. I think they were chipped to go 13. Well, let's keep this moving on. At number 12, the San Antonio Spurs. I mean, they just remain, around that 10 to 20 mark, I swear, every single season. Here we go, the Sacramento Kings. So we are going to get a top 10 pick, which I'm very happy with. We're going to bring in a top 10 player. Hopefully we get within that top 5. That's what we are pushing for. The Sacramento Kings get the 11th. Please, not the number 10 pick. Now, we were actually scheduled to get number 6. The Charlotte Hornets get number 10. So we've got a top 9 pick. We just keep going down. Let's see if we can continue this on. Whatever we do with this pick is going to be up to you guys. We trade it for like a ready-made player. Do we move on John Wall? What are you guys thinking after season 1? The New York Knicks, they get the 9th pick in the draft. They just never ever managed to get that top 3 pick, top 2 pick. I feel like, did they get number 2 a few years ago? Number 8, I think we were predicted to go number 6. Things are holding form, no surprises at the moment. Number 8, the Washington Wizards, so top 7. How deep can we go into this lottery? Top 7, the Washington Wizards. Oh, Washington. Very interesting, Washington Wizards. Number 7, the Golden State Warriors. So everything is holding true. If everything holds true, we will get the number 6 pick, which we can do a lot with. I mean, number 6 is pretty high. There are no rumors the Warriors are planning to do with their first 2-round picks. I feel like they're going to trade that pick at number 6. Vancouver. So we do get the number 6 pick. Let's skip the lottery. The Indiana Pacers get number 1. Detroit get 2. Phoenix Suns get 3. The Force get the number 6 pick. So, what do we do with that pick? Do we try and trade up with that Pacers, with the Pistons to the Suns? Do we move up? Do we move the pick on for a ready-made player? Thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. The next video, we'll have the free agency period, move into Season 2, and see if we can improve and get to them playoffs, and then we keep building this franchise on. We got Christian Wood, we got John Wall, we moved on some players. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay